Assalamu alaikum, dears, how are you? It is said by some of the people, particularly the younger folks, that work smarter and not harder. Don't work hard, rather work smart. That is something that is becoming a buzzword. That is becoming a buzzword. And the people who are more ambitious, they are trying to work smarter, not harder. What is meant by it, by the way? It means actually achieving more with a lesser effort, with a lesser struggle, with a lesser resources, with a lesser amount of time spent. So that is called work smarter, not harder. So what is all that? So we are going to delve into all that in the next few minutes. First of all, we need to our today's talk has been divided into the three segments. The first step, we are going to talk about the principles of working smarter and not harder. That is the first step. And there are seven principles. I shall divulge here the seven principles of working smarter, not harder. And then there are certain items which are of strategic importance. These are only four in number. And then lastly, there are mindset shifts. These mindset shifts are only three. So let's begin from the basic principles, the principles of working smarter. So these are the seven principles. The first principle is set clear goals. Setting clear and achievable goals. There should be a clarity. There should be clarity in what we want to achieve, where we want to be, whatever we want to do. So that is all called clarity. Clarity on the one hand, and practicability, achievability, and attainability on the other hand. Attainability means that not set too bigger goals which are unachievable, because that will that will become the source of wasting your time and will generate a lot of frustration as well. So for that reason, it is important that our goal should be clear on the one hand and should be quite realistic on the other hand. Number two, the second principle is prioritize task. Prioritization mean having a to-do list all the time, either on the paper or even inside our own mind. So we need to keep on listing whatever need to be done, whatever needs to be done now, that should be put on the to-do list on the one hand. And then at the same time, every item on the to-do list is not important enough, is not of equal importance. For that reason, we need to prioritize it, we need to rank it, that this thing is the number one most important thing, and that is the number two. Or at least there is another very simple, very effective technique, that is categorizing all the items on the to-do list into the four categories. The A category comprising the items which are important and urgent at the same time. Then the B category comprising the items which are important but not urgent. The C category of the items on the to-do list, is the items which are not important but urgent. Then there is the D category comprising the items which are neither important nor urgent. So that is prioritizing the task. Number three, it is use productivity tools. Using of productivity tools. What is this, by the way? That is leverage technology to streamline task. Leveraging the technology to streamline the task. And the number four item, the number four, principle of the working smarter is that is eliminate distractions, minimize interruptions, and stay focused. Eliminate distractions, minimize interruptions, and stay focused. Number five, the fifth principle of working smarter is delegate tasks, assign tasks to others when possible. Assigning of the task to others when possible, when needed. If at all you have to do something, you are not skilled in it, and then you need to hire somebody who can do it comfortably. Or if at all something is not important enough for that purpose, it is better to get somebody who could do it on payment. So that is, delegate task, assign task to others when possible. The sixth and the second loss principle of the working smart is it is take breaks. Taking breaks, recharge to maintain productivity. Recharging to maintain productivity, not to keep working for the longer hours because it will result in the decreased productivity or even in the form of a burnout. We don't have to suffer a burnout at all because the burnout means that there is no motivation at all. You are totally unmotivated, you are unable to move. So we to be able to avoid the burnout and to be able to avoid the fatigue and to be able to keep our productivity at a good level, we need to take frequent breaks. Now the seventh and the last principle of working smart is it is continuously learn. Keep learning throughout our life. What to learn, whatever is needed by you, whatever can bring the benefit, and in your life you need to learn it, and we need to keep learning throughout our life. And that was the first step of working smart, comprising the seven principles. Now the second step, that is strategies. That there are certain things which are four in number only, and these are of strategic importance. Number one, batch similar tasks, group similar tasks to optimize time. Similar tasks should be put together in one bracket, mean doing it at the same time, one after another. Like if at all you are leaving the office, you're going somewhere else. For that purpose, whatever are things to be done outside, it should be done at the same time, if possible, for the purpose of saving time, for the purpose of saving energy, and for the purpose of saving the fuel of your vehicle. And then the second strategic importance, is goes to the use the Pomodoro technique. Work in focus 25 minutes increments. Pomodoro is a very famous has become a very famous person because he has invented something very useful and beneficial. Keeping in view the working of our brain, because it is a research based finding that our brain can stay focused upon something for up to 25 minutes. So Pomodoro technique says that work for the focus 25 minutes, then have a 5 minutes of break, and the break should be preferably not on your worksheet. After working for 25 minutes, three times, four times, then there is a need of taking the breaks of 15 to 20 minutes. So that is called use the Pomodoro technique, work in focus 25 minutes increment. Number three, that is leverage automation. Automate repetitive tasks, whatever need to be done on a daily basis, whatever need to be done on an hourly basis, whatever need to be done on the weekly basis, it can be automated in one way or the other, and it should be done. If it is possible, it will be quite beneficial, saving the time and energy. The fourth and the last item on the strategic list is that is focus on high leverage activities. Focusing on the high leverage activities. Spend time on tasks with the greatest impact. Spending time on the task having the greatest impact, not to do not prefer working taking the items which are the low productivity, the item which are not as beneficial, because there is a famous saying that 80% of your work produce only 20% of the results, and the 20% of your work produces the 80% of the results. Keeping in view all that, we need to focus on the high leverage activities, spend time on the task with the greatest impact. Now, lastly, there is a mindset shift item. These are only three in number. The first one is be proactive, take initiative and anticipate challenges. Be proactive, not a reactive person at all. This being proactive, it is also the number one item on the seven habits of highly effective people by the most famous author Stephen R. Covey, and that says be proactive. Mean do not wait for somebody to talk to you or to do something. It is better to be proactive, be the first, take the initiative, and start something, starting a dialogue or starting something else. And the number two item on the mindset list is be flexible. Being a flexible person, that is adopt to changing circumstances. Adopting to changing circumstances. The circumstances will change automatically because it is the change is only permanent thing in the world, because the change cannot be fought at all. So we do have to surrender to the change. The change has happened, it will keep happening in the future as well. We need to be ready for all that. How can we become ready for that? By being flexible. Be flexible, be adaptable. The circumstances will change. You might have to change your job, your location, and certain other things as well. For all that reason, you need to be ready for all that. Now, the third and the last item, as for the mindset shift is concerned, that mindset is concerned, that is stay organized. Staying organized, maintain a structured workflow, maintaining a structured workflow, staying organized, not to do other things randomly, although it has its own significance, and at certain occasions, the random work is considered the right or the only feasible approach, but usually, preferably, stay organized. So, we spoke about the seven principles of working smart. We talked about the four strategies of smart work, not the hard work. Lastly, there are the mindset shifts. These are three which I have presented to you, and by applying these principles, by applying these strategies, and by applying these mindset shifts, you can work smarter and achieve more and reduce the unnecessary effort, unnecessary labor. Our today's talk was highly beneficial for all the people who are looking for the ways and the means and the strategies, the principles, the methodology of working smarter, not harder, because they want to save their time, they want to save their energy, they want to save their money and other resources as well. So that is all from me today. Thank you very much.